Welcome back to another episode of Monday Bagel. Today I have the honor of hosting an expert in the world of digital transformation and marketing, Vladimer Botsvadze. Vladimer is recognized as a leading global marketing thought leader and AI speaker. And he's been ranked as number one global marketing thought leader by Thinkers 360, mentor Techstars, and he's also a member of advisory board for USAI Institute. We'll be talking about the topic that's particularly relevant for young lawyers, how they can future proof their careers in the age of AI. Many young lawyers today are facing an increasingly competitive job market. In your experience, what's the first steps they should take to begin developing their personal brand in the age of AI?
Hi, Michal. It is a delight to be a guest on your podcast. I'm excited to share my insights with your audience today. I think any professional faces this challenge nowadays to be replaced by generative AI because I believe that in coding, marketing, copywriting, blogging, anyone is replaced by generative AI by 85% and 50% is our personal brand. So I think it's all about building an emotional connection with the world. It's all about building community. It's all about positioning your personal brand as a media company, and you need to start competing with the biggest media companies in the world. You need to consider you are Forbes, Business Insider, Bloomberg, Yahoo Finance, guardian of your industry, and you need to start publishing information. The reason that why I will not be replaced by generative AI is that I built my personal brand. From 2014 to 2022, I was building my audience by communicating, publishing information, also showing gratitude. Because when I had 100 followers, when I had 2,000 followers, 10,000, 25,000 followers, I was down to earth. I was not on my high horse, and I was not looking down on people, but I was very down to earth, very pragmatic. I was communicating. That built my authority, that built my community, that allowed me to build my trust. And for example, when you Google digital marketing keynote speaker, VladimirBotsvadze.com is ranked number one website on Google. Why does Google choose me as a number one digital marketing keynote speaker? Because I have built trust. I have never worked on SEO, but by putting my heart and soul into building my Twitter community, now X, consistency, direct communication. So communication dictates everything that is going on in this world. Social media is tough because consumers have a voice and a reaction. Whether it is a big Fortune 500 brands or individuals who build their personal brand, it's all about communication. 30 and 40 years ago, TV, radio, rest of traditional channels were one-way communication. Social media is a two-way. Many brands are losing market share. Why? Because they treat social media like they treated billboards, TV, radio, outdoor, and they think that consumers don't have a voice and reaction. So communication is everything.
But what practical steps would you suggest? Name three first practical steps young lawyer who is entering the business, his profession should take.
It's being curious on a daily basis. First is curiosity. Second is patience. Everyone wants fast to achieve success and to be overnight success in a day or two, a month. It is impossible. When I started tweeting actively in 2014, I only had 30, 50 followers on Twitter, but I became curious. I listened to people who build their personal brands, who were speakers. I instantly hit the ground running on Twitter. I built my following. Of course, getting my first 1,000 followers was not easy, but we need to become more curious. You can follow 3,000 people on Twitter X. Maybe 700 will follow you back. So you need to be building your following consistently. I reinvested my last dollar into my website. I'm self-made. Of course, I have pursued my bachelor's degree in computer engineering, my master's in economics, and PhD in supply chain management. But what I have learned outside my comfort zone led to my success. Nowadays, I turned 37. So I'm a standout candidate to be recognized as a young global leader by the World Economic Forum. Why? Because I have worked, lived in the US, I studied in the UK, I have great experience from the UAE. I'm a mentor at Techstars. I judge for the Webby Awards. I serve on the advisory boards for the United States AI Institute, Data Science Institute, Cybersecurity Institute. I work for 30 speakers bureaus. I reinvested my last dollar into my website, and nowadays majority of people are keep up with Joneses. But I'm a long-term thinker, and I love what I do. I don't work to fit in. I work to stand out. That is a big difference. So hard work is the biggest differentiator on the global stage. Everyone wants to be successful, but nobody wants to put in the work. So Lev Tolstoy says that everyone wants to changing the world, but nobody wants to change himself.
Let's discuss a bit role of AI in this changing world, because it's taking over simpler tasks, and we are all happy because of that. We see that we will not do mundane tasks anymore, but AI will help us. So how do you see the world changed? You say work hard, but how do you perceive the role of AI and human in this world? Before the podcast, you mentioned that you forecast that 85% of roles in some businesses will be replaced by artificial intelligence.
We are in this reality nowadays. Just imagine that someone bought 5,000 horses before the day Henry Ford created the car. He lost, right? Blockbuster lost because they did not buy Netflix for $50 million. People are debating nowadays generative AI and social media, storytelling, content creation, and only 2%, 5% take action. So I think why 95% debate and why 5% take action? Because 5% of open-minded people are more open-minded, more courageous, more lifelong learners. They are more curious on a daily basis. They show more resilience. But 95% are in debates. They fall behind because they don't take risks. So risk taking is very important in this process. And I would say that according to McKinsey, AI can improve business efficiency by up to 40% and reduce operational costs by up to 30%. And global AI market is expected to reach $267 billion by 2027. Just imagine nowadays that only 28% of companies use AI for marketing purposes. Only 28%, and only 12% of businesses use AI for content creation. Very low. As you know, the traditional advertising is going away. It's all about direct communication. But if brands want to stand out and individuals want to stand out, they need to create more content. 30, 40, 50 pieces of content daily basis. Why do you have this podcast? Because you position your personal brand as a media company. You publish information. You invite experts to your episodes to share actionable insights with the world. It is a great example. There are 5 million podcasts globally, 70 million episodes, and the podcast market is evaluated ballpark of $23 billion. Just imagine that in 6 years, by 2030, this podcast market will be evaluated in the ballpark of $100 billion, and over 100 million Americans listen to podcasts per month. And it is a very important because podcast is passive audio consumption, and 44% of companies use AI to lower operational costs, and 84% of global executives believe that AI gives them a competitive advantage. As I mentioned, that 30% of human workforce globally will be replaced by generative AI, and by 2030, and 375 million people will have to switch other careers by 2030. And there are 3.6 billion workforce worldwide, and 1.5 billion freelancers. Just imagine that more people started building their personal brands, more people have started taking action. I think a majority of people don't want to sit in their offices to build other people's dreams. It is a greatest time in the history of business to be successful nowadays, because the power has shifted dramatically from Wall Street, Madison Avenue, big global organizations, advertising agencies, to human beings. Nowadays, everyone has a voice, everyone has a reaction, everyone is a media company. That is very powerful. So the power is in the people's hands, because you have a mobile and internet in your pocket. So you are in this business. 24/7, 365.
You say very strong words. I agree partly. Maybe not with all the statistics, but I agree. But as many young professionals, including lawyers, are anxious about their job security, especially in the times of AI disrupting traditional career paths. What advice would you give to young lawyers who are worried about the impact of AI on their careers, but not only junior lawyers, junior IT specialists, junior data scientists, junior brand building experts? What's your main advice for them?
It is incredible that people still debate personal brand building in 2024. They debate why, because formal education is a sinking ship. They teach strategies that worked 20 and 30 years ago at almost top business schools in Europe because they are behind. Even if I go to top business schools in United States, they don't teach personal branding. I love the quote of Jim Rohn, who said that formal education will make you living and self-education will make you a fortune. So just imagine that how much you can achieve through self-education. Putting your head down and putting in the work is very hard, and only tiny minority, 2% of people work consistently, which is very hard. So passion, more people need to start loving what they do on a daily basis. If they don't love what they do, they should quit it. Everywhere I speak, everywhere I deliver lectures, everywhere I contribute my insights, I inspire audiences to choose their passion, because if they love what they are doing, they are already winning.
So, to summarize, passion, curiosity, brand building, and
Patient,
self education. These are most
patient,
important factors, and
patient.
passion is most important.
Yeah, you may know a cosmetic brand, Glossier, that was co-founded by Emily Weiss, and Emily used to work for Vogue magazine, and she started building $1 billion cosmetic brand through blogging, through social media, because she was treating blog readers as friends. She built community. She brought consumers together, and so her marketing team was interviewing the biggest fans from Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok for their website. That is how American brands care about their consumers in the United States. Care is the best marketing strategy. So anyone who wants to build their personal brands, who wants to stand out, and if they don't want to be disrupted by generative AI, should position themselves as media company. They should start showing their heart, smile, face, passion. Otherwise, it's tough, because in copywriting, in blogging, in marketing, 85% replaced by generative AI. And my friends in the United States have quit blogging, because now everyone blogs because of generative AI. So now anyone can create content. So now I can tell my story through Medium. I was building my Twitter account from 2014 to 2022 without generative AI tools organically. My content was 100% human from 2014 to 2022. I was building a relationship with the most influential people on Twitter. And I'm very grateful to Jack Dorsey, B Stone, and Evan Williams for creating Twitter, and also to Dick Costolo, who was the CEO of Twitter from 2010 to 2015, for inspiring us to use Twitter for professional purposes, but majority of people use Twitter for personal purposes. It is a big difference between using social media for professional purposes and using social media for personal purposes. I have not been active on Facebook because it is my platform for friends, but uh, I have uh, I have now more than 130,000 followers on Twitter, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, and other channels, because I have taken action. And I'm very grateful to also LinkedIn, because I already reached 40 recommendations, because I build trust, because I give away my best advice for free. So I'm a giver, not a taker.
That's the most vital words I think you said. Be a giver, not a taker. Vladimir, thank you so much for sharing your insights. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Micha, so much. And I wish your audience all the best.
Thank you very much. And to the audience, follow all the Vladimir's social media. Follow Monday Bagel. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Bye bye.